Let's go. Happy and blessed Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to tonight's weekly training session. If we haven't previously met, my name is Mayra Ferreira. I am based in Tampa, Florida. I'm one of your executive elites. And what I get to do is actually just facilitate this, helping to serve and contribute, as well as contributing to setting the tone for tonight. Understand that this really is what I consider to be one of your best adult decisions, with deciding to take ownership of your future and finding a way that you can make an impact, not only in the lives of so many other people, as well as your own financial circumstances. I'm a product of this program. A few years back, when I first heard about this, I wasn't quite sure if this was what I needed to become a part of, but I became a true and proven product of the results of the products that we get to offer to individuals nationwide. Ever since then, I know life has been completely different. I've been able to connect with so many amazing individuals, many of which I get to connect with weekly here, or I get to see in my local city. But I have as well invested time with attending events. So what you get tonight by being plugged in, making full use of technology, is the cheat code, folks. You get to actually learn and grow with people who have created a great deal of success, but they extend their hand back out to all of us. So class will be in session. Please be sure to have something to take some notes down with, a pen and a notepad, and just give yourself this time to pour into your own growth and this amazing journey. Now, again, life has never been the same. And I know I can say that very loudly, very proudly. And that as well has been the case for so many other people. You are part of that as well. So huge congratulations and welcome to you. If you are brand new, if you have just gotten started with this movement, we definitely want to salute you, give you a huge warm welcome onto the team. And trust and believe, you're going to end up realizing how many other people you get to consider not only business partners, not only friends, but also an extension of your very own family. That's just what we get to do here for tonight. Now, one of the things I do want to do is actually give recognition. It's always amazing to get called out for those great things that you bring to the table, for the ways that you've been able to help impact people's lives. And as I go ahead and check on this list, we want to recognize those agents of the individuals that are connected tonight. Perhaps you're going to hear the name of someone who invited you, or you're going to get to know them real quick, right? Because success does leave clues. And what I can tell you as well is they are on their way to continuing to change lives day in and day out. So starting off with our first top customer enrollments, these are the agents with the highest number of enrollments for this volume month so far. Number one spot held by Tishia Rowland. Next, Ashley Brooks, Crystal Barriner, Demario Banner, Joanne Ellis, Viviana Oliveras, Portia Brunet, Tehran Hernandez, Betsy Richardson, and David Marquez. So show them some love. I would love to see those notifications, just celebrating them, and understand that the same way you celebrate the success of others is the way that others will celebrate your success as well. Moving on to our top recruiters. These are just the top 4 individuals within our organization that have had already the highest number of growth to our team. Again, you might hear a name of someone who invited you along, but remember, they were invited too. So this is just the way where you can extend those blessings out. Let's give a huge shout out in the chat, light it up and celebrate Tishia Rowland, Valerie Blues, Dominique Brown, and Lorenzo Hart. So again, team, let's show them some love, recognizing them for their efforts. Not only was it a decision to improve their circumstances, but numbers don't lie, and it shows and proves that they are definitely on way and on route to blessing other individuals as well. So I'm going to go ahead and move myself out of the way. But before I do so, I definitely want to make sure that you understand the amazing blessing it is for tonight. This is a very special training session that I'm honored with being able to introduce our trainer for this evening. Now, you're going to hear his name quite often. He's actually joined us as of more recent in the month of September, holding the position of VP of Sales for United Wealth Education. So what I can tell you about this gentleman, and just as a matter of fact, rather than just trying to tell you, I would love to be able to show you. I'm going to see if I can pull this up right here. Hopefully screen. I'm going to start this broadcast again, because I could tell you things, but if I could show you, that's, I think, a lot more impactful. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up some of the accolades for this gentleman. And if I'm not mistaken, he is based in Manhattan, But one of the things that he gets to speak on is his experience with regards to some of the few brands and companies, some of which very, very well known. In fact, all of these, I would say, very well known. These are companies he's actually worked with in the past. I mean, look at some of these names: NBC. You also see Yahoo. Come on, Google, the Wall Street Journal. And again, that's just part of what he's been able to do. And as well as having experience in financial advice and being featured in the Wall Street Journal, in addition to Yahoo Financial. So understand that, as I mentioned, he is not only VP of sales for our company, he comes with various accolades, having gained a great deal of recognition along his journey. He's been the owner of other companies in the past. And what he brings to the table is all of those years of experience, all of the dynamics of being able to make those moving parts work to contribute to all of our journey. So again, please give all of your undivided attention to none other than VP of Sales, Mr. Chris Holder. Can you hear me? I saw that you're connected. Can you hear me? And are
Yes,
you okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Your camera's not on, but I don't know if that's intentional.
It is. I'm in a very dark room. So believe it or not, typically around this time, and just to show you guys, I work all the time to the point where I put my kids down to work. So I'm in my daughter's room right now, putting her to bed. So she goes to bed a lot of nights listening to me talk on these Zooms. So that's typically why you'll see around this
Oh,
time you
good.
won't see me. So just understand,
Mr.
guys.
No
Not
excuses. No, no excuses.
Yes,
Thank you, because
yes.
you could be doing anything else with your time, including tending to your loved ones. But we are graced with your contributions to our team and your presence with us tonight, sir. Take it away. Thank you.
For sure. And Myra, let me give it back to you. This is my first time actually hearing you on a call. And first of all, amazing. I can't tell you the amount of calls, and I think I might have to call you to do some of my calls. I might need you to open up. Your energy is everything, and I do hope that everyone appreciates that, because it's not common. It's more uncommon. So I appreciate what you do here. And really, I'm just looking to come and help, just to give you guys a little more of my network marketing background, because a lot of times people will see kind of where I am today, and they wouldn't necessarily know what it took to get here. The network marketing industry is what allowed me to get into a lot of what you're seeing today. So I've built multiple organizations. The one unique part about how I've built my organizations is that I still get paid on every company I was ever a part of today. So unlike most people who build network marketing businesses, they build it and they leave things. I value time, right? So I really understood, if I invested 5, 10 years of time with a particular company, for me not to have something to show for it 15 years later, some people were like, oh, well, you learned value of this, you learned, new skills and knew this. Yeah, but I did it to get paid. If I wanted to just learn a new skill, I could have just gone to school. Hell, I could have just paid somebody who did it already to learn the skill. So I did everything, and it may not sound like the most inspirational reason, but I did everything for the money. The reason I did it for the money is because I understood with the money what I could do. Right. So it wasn't because I was, let me do this so I can flash it and show off to people. It was like, hey, if I can make $1 million, I can retire my mother. I can also retire my whole family. I could set up the next generation. I can pay all my debts. I can sleep at night. I can get rid of my anxiety. I can eat healthier. So I looked at it that I wanted to do, and I said, well, let me figure this out. Now, before building, once again, another my story that a lot of people may not know is I was homeless at one point. I made some very bad decisions, and didn't think I would be homeless for longer than a day or two. And it turned into over a year. So almost a year and a half I was living out of my car. And during that time, I read a lot of books. I didn't give up. I wasn't negative to myself. And I knew that I was built a little different because I just kept being positive. I started to learn how to adjust. So the one thing that I've learned uh, building businesses is that you're going to get comfortable in whatever environment you put yourself in. So if you put yourself in an environment that is going to be, an environment of growth, you're going to grow. One thing my father used to say to me before he passed, and you guys can excuse my friend, but I'm just gonna share it the way it was told to me. He's like, Chris, if you stay in shit long enough, you'll stop smelling it. And it always stuck with me. He says, the longer you stay in whatever bullshit you're in, it won't be bullshit anymore. It'll just become your new situation. So for a lot of people, they're trying to build businesses. What happens there is they start developing excuses as to the reasons why they can't do this. Why can't you do a meeting? Why can't you do this call? I can't. And I say to people like, well, I don't know that life because I come from the school of thought. You just get done. I could easily have said, nope, I'm not doing this Zoom tonight. I'm going to put my daughter to bed. And when I'm done with her, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. But what am I also teaching her? Right? My daughter gets me all day. Hey, I want you to be around while daddy's working. I want you to understand that it's something that you're eventually going to have to learn. You're going to learn work ethic by seeing it. But I'm also going to show you a balance. I'm going to show you that dad can play before we even got on the call. And all right, we're going to, do our ninja training. And right after, daddy's going to do some Zoom training. Right? Now, why is that important? You set the tone for your day. I'm creating an environment of winners, meaning my kids, I don't know what's going on. Daddy's got a call. It's not a situation where they don't understand the purpose, the reason daddy's doing the call for the lifestyle you have now, the lifestyle that you want. And they understand, well, if I want this, I've got to put some work in, right? So it starts with an environment. So a lot of you are communicating and talking to people who are living in BS environments, and you're allowing those environments to seep into your life. So before we even get to building a business and doing meetings and doing webinars, well, if your tone doesn't sound like Mayra, ain't nobody following you nowhere. If your energy isn't, I'm getting this done with or without you, and that's just how you present yourself, people are not going to come with you. Customers are not going to move with you, right? People love to follow people who are confident. They said if two people are having a conversation, the person that presents the highest energy, the person who presents the I'm gonna go get it, that monster will always win it. So I try to tell people I'm a monster. Like, I'm not concerned about, I'm a beast. I'm not concerned about how you feel about it. I'm gonna get it done, right? Because I don't have a choice. Because I know what's waiting for me on the other side, which is being poor, which is struggling, which is looking at everybody else win and I'm not winning. See, I'm not looking at Instagram to see who's winning. I'm looking at people's real lives. I'm looking at the person across the street. I'm looking at everybody in my phone book. I don't worry about the people who are not next to me. I'm looking at my own lane. And I'm going to look at opportunities that work for me and my family. And then when I talk to people, I'm going to let them know, hey, listen, if you rock with me, here's what you're doing. Here's the mission. We're going to change your life. We're going to get the money right, because nobody's teaching you about money. Nobody's teaching you how to save. Nobody's teaching you how to budget. Nobody's teaching you how to fix your credit. Nobody's teaching you about a will. Nobody's teaching you. So if you look at the things that we offer here, you really got to slap some people around a couple of times to let them know, like, well, who else is teaching you this? And if they're like, well, I'm not really with it, then you can be like, hey, bro. I tell people that all the time. I said, if you don't want to learn the money game, don't complain about it. And for everybody who says to me and who says to you, oh, money is not important. Well, listen, if you're not living in the woods somewhere, if you're not living off trees and you're not living truly off the land, I don't want to hear it. You working for something. You giving somebody your time for dollars. So don't tell me money is not important. But once again, what's the purpose, right? So it's not the money, the physical thing, the digital thing. That's not what you're chasing. You're chasing what it is going to do for you and your family, right? How beautiful would it be for you to have anything you want? Once again, I say anything because we all want something different. For some of us, it's just time. It ain't got nothing to do with cars and houses and diamonds. And man, I just want to go to sleep and keep sleeping. That's what I want to do. And then I want to wake up and find out that my money tripled somehow. That's what I want to do. See, that's what it is. When your money is chasing you is when you know you've made it. What you're looking for. But it's got to start by understanding the money game. You can't understand the money game if you don't know how to budget it, save it, adjust it, and grow it. If you don't know how to do none of that stuff, it don't matter. You can get $1 million today, and it don't matter. Here's another part that'll trip you up. It's already been proven. They said that if you lived to the age of 65, No matter what your situation is, I want you guys to hear this. And this is tripped me up years ago, 11 or 12, when I heard this at a financial convention with my parents. My mother was an accountant. My father was a business owner. So I was always around some kind of thing, you know, always listening. And they said that by the age of 65, no matter how you slice it, you were a millionaire. By the age of 5, if you live to the age of 65, you were a millionaire. You either made $1 million, right? Or you spent it. That never left me. I was like, word. So they said the question is which side of the coin you want to be on, because you're going to get there. And it's just a matter of if you recognize that you got there, or you're going to adjust it for you and your family. Now, I don't know if any of you guys got kids, but if any of you guys got kids and you didn't come from money, you didn't come from, a matter of fact, let's just, if you can, in the chat really quick, if you guys have kids, put a 1 in the chat. You got kids, or kid, 1 kid, no matter. I got a kid. Okay, somebody put 3 in it. They got mad kids. All right, got it. Mad kids. All right. So we got kids. All right, cool. Check it, right? So if we got kids, now I don't know where y'all came from, right? So the kids, they ain't asked to be here. You had to go get them. You went and got them little crazy people. So they out here running around, living their best lives, but they was chilling, protected, not worried about nothing. You went in and brought them out. And you telling me you're not going to put the money in place to make sure their life continues to be what it should have been? You're going to bring them here to struggle? You're going to have kids to struggle? Like that's, and you've been through it. And think about it. If you've been through the struggle, why are you not fighting to make sure the people you bring in here? That's cruel. I always look at that's cruel. That's mean. Always people like, oh, you don't got no savings for your kids? You don't got no investments for them? You've been around 40 years and your kids got no accounts, no trust funds, no nothing, and you got the knowledge. That's irresponsible. So I always try to say, like, we could find a reason for you to push. We could find a reason for you to stop picking up the phone calls for the people who not doing nothing. We could find a reason if you just looked at your life and really understood what it is you set yourself up for and who you got watching. Comes back to who you talk to. So I'm going to give you guys a couple tips, because I gotta jump on another call, but I want to be clear here, guys. Let me just make sure I do this. Hold on. Let me just do this here, because you guys are gonna see me do this a lot. You're gonna be like, man, that man's crazy. Yep, I am. So in the chat, I'm gonna give you guys, there it is. There's the phone number. That's right, I put it out there. There it is. Okay, now here's what y'all got. Y'all got the VP of Sales personal phone number. So if y'all need me, like the bat signal, you could call. If you don't get me when you call, you got to shoot me a text message. If you shoot me the text message, I'll get you back because it's an emergency. Shoot me a voice note. Okay, so this way you can't say you don't got no help. So if you're ever out here like, oh man, it's just me, does nobody want to help me? Oh, whatever. Well, nah, you got the VP of Sales phone number. So stop it. Let's get it right. So I just want to make sure I put that out here. So now, at any point in time, if you got an issue and for whatever reason you're distracted by somebody else's BS, and I can't talk to this person, and this person's this, and my up line and my down line and my cross line and my big toe, whatever, you can just call me and we can talk about it and get you right. But understand that I got accountability. I don't play. So at the end of the day, like, this is not the last time we're gonna talk. This is not the last call I'm gonna do with y'all. This is my first call that I'm doing with y'all. I'd love to be able to set up an event, come out to Tampa, hang with y'all, train with y'all, and that's what we're gonna do. But it starts with calls like this, right? So what you got to figure out is, and I did this on the training we did a few days ago. I said, if you knew you couldn't lose, how big would you dream? Oh yeah, we doing 3-ways, all that. Yeah, but the 3-ways gotta be worth it. Don't put me on your phone with your cousin. All right, your cousin we ain't doing that one. All right, we ain't messing with that one. Your cousin, your aunt, the dude in the basement. I'm not doing that one. You got that one. All right, you gotta put me on the phone with some people that you could, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be fair here. Let's not, We're not building from the gutters. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking bad about your family, but if you're not starting a $1 billion company and the first person you calling is your aunt who just can cook a good rice and beans, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not who you building your business with. So I'm just keeping real. We gotta have some standards. But yes, 3 ways. But also, yo, if people calling you up, they trying to recruit you for other companies, you'd be like, yo, listen, I'm gonna listen. My VP of sales want to hop on that call too, just to help me evaluate it because he helps me make decisions. I'll hop on those too. A lot of times people don't it's good for people to know you got backing. It's good for people to know that you got some people like, nah, I'm not just gonna let you take her. I'm not just gonna let you talk to her. I'm gonna talk to you too. Like I'm here. So the vibe of the company here is just a little different. And I'm hoping to just add just a little bit of like protection. Like, hey, if you need it, you got it. But if you want to go roll with the homies, I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm not just gonna let you walk. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got LeBron on my team, I'm not just gonna let you walk out and go to the other team. We're gonna see what the situation is. And if it makes sense, I'm a businessman. I understand. But at least I know, and we made educated decisions. But a lot of people y'all talking to is snakes, and y'all know that. So that's just a whole nother conversation, right? So what we want to look at is how do we build something in an environment of confusion? First thing we got to do is we have to recognize that in the midst of confusion comes focus, because to get out of it, you have to focus on one thing. You have to start one place, and then you build momentum from there. The simplest way to do it is to understand why you're building this. What's the mission? The mission for me, my mission in life was to go out and help 1,000 people for 7 figures. In the last 6 years, I've helped over 100 families do just that. I've helped 17 people become millionaires from scratch. Last 6 years, not using any of the things that we have here. Now, a company having all these tools, I'm like, wow, I don't even have to do nothing. I just send people here. So you got to look at what's the mission. So I want you guys to write that down for yourself. What is the mission for you? You heard mine. Give me yours, and then we're gonna build it off of that really quickly, because that's gonna be the starting. You don't have to put it in the chat, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you wanna do that. You gotta have a mission, because the mission is what I talk to people. So when I call people up and give it to you like this, right? I'm like if I'm talking to, matter of fact, and I'm gonna use Mayra as an example, just because I'm feeling the energy. I think we got some synergy here already. So Mayra, if you can come off of mute, I'm going to show you guys a quick scenario of what you should be doing coming off this line. For those that are going to build, if you're not going to build, like, just listen. Don't even bother about what I'm saying. It's nice. It'll sound good. But if you're not building, I already know you're not building. You know you're not building. So don't bullshit yourself. Just chill. It's better to relax and tell the truth. Talk to your support system. Let them know, like, yo, dog, I'm just not ready to build right now. I'm a hang. I'm not ready to build. But for those that are ready to build, this is going to be good for you. So basically, I'm going to just come off like I literally just met you. I'm going to say, like, you're doing something and I just randomly met you at a Starbucks. I'm using Starbucks as an example because everybody, for some reason, likes to use Starbucks as an example. All right. So Mayra, I meet you. I'm going to say, excuse me, young lady. Can I take 2 minutes of your time?
Sure. What's up?
Okay, awesome. I see you're doing some work. I'm actually about to grab something, but you look super professional. So I gotta ask you a quick question. Are you interested in getting free information on how to grow money, save money, and invest money?
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Perfect. So I'm connected to a company where we actually teach people this, and I'm actually running after anyone who I feel looks sharp enough and who might be open enough to just listen to this information. It's free information. They give it every single month. And I'm just trying to pass the word on because no one's educating people the way I've been educating people or have been educated. So we actually have a call that we do every Saturday at around 6. And we have another one in case people can't make that during the week. Does any of that work in your schedule to listen for about 20 to 30 minutes?
I mean, it might, but what's the catch?
There is no catch. And that's the best part about what I'm doing is so many people are used to people selling them something, not recognizing like, man, there's people out here giving this stuff away for free. So what I've learned is because this information is so dangerous, nobody wants to talk about it or tell people where it is. So that's why you're not hearing about this. So I got to go out here and I got to talk to people because the systems, the algorithm, or I don't know, the energies of the world, they don't want you to know the truth, and it's for free. So there is no catch, there is no sales pitch. It's just us going out there, and all I'm asking is for you to just come and listen to the information and then see if we can work together to help you get to those goals. Is that a fair deal?
That sounds fair.
Oh,
Absolutely.
so does Saturday work for you, or like maybe a Tuesday? What's typically a good time for you to get 20-30 minutes?
What time on Tuesday?
So Tuesday is typically in the evening, like 7:30-ish.
Okay, that could work.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna try to set you up for Tuesday. Now, before I let you go, what's your name?
Mayra Ferreira.
Myra, I'm Chris Holder. Now, are you from this area here?
Yeah, I'm originally from Long Island, but I've been in Tampa now since '04.
No way. I'm from Long Island. What part of Long Island are you from?
516. I was
Yep.
born and raised in Copeg.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I grew up in Valley Stream for a portion of my life. And then we moved a little bit deeper. I went to Freeport, Long Island. And then from Freeport, I ended up moving to Port Washington. And I remember that area because we played against that school in a couple things. I was a sport. Did you play sports? I don't know. Did you do anything out there?
I did, but in particular, Freeport, my best friend throughout all high school actually lived in Freeport. So I know Freeport very well.
No way. Well,
Yeah,
that means here's what I need you to do. Do you still have that best friend?
I do.
Do you think you can get your best friend on the phone right now?
Maybe not right now. I can certainly reach out to her.
Here's what I'll tell you. If that's your best friend, have your best friend try to cop on that call with you as well, since it's free information. If they're your best friend, she's not your best friend, I'm pretty sure you're not going to call her. But if she is, it would be dope. Say, I met this random guy running around Starbucks trying to pass financial free information to people. And I'm hopping on this call, see if she'd be willing to hop on and check it out. Fair enough?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Cool. So let me get your number real quick. And you don't have to give me your phone number if I know some people are a little nervous with that, but I'm just saying, it's for me to communicate with you and send reminders. If I could get your number and your email, I'll give you mine. I'll also give you my Instagram so that you can see I'm not a crazy person. So you can see that what I've been doing is consistent. So you see I've been doing this. I'm also going to give you my personal website where you can see my business, where you can continue to check me out. So between now and then, do your research. You can hit me up if you got questions. You can see that this is not a catch. You can see that I'm not selling you nothing. More importantly, you can see that I'm not lying to you. And then from there, we can start off our relationship where you can see that there are people out here like me. And all I'm asking people to do is, if you like the information, don't keep it to yourself. Pass it to another person, because we know no one's giving it away, right? That's a fair statement, right?
Very fair. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm gonna put you in this. Thanks for your number. Now I'm gonna go get this mochaccino real quick, and then I'm gonna see if anybody else in here is willing to listen to this crazy guy. But I appreciate you listening to me. Thanks for taking these couple minutes of your time. Okay.
Absolutely. I look forward to learning more.
All right, guys. I do this every day. I do that every day, Mayra.
It definitely sounds like you do, for sure.
Right? This is what I do. And then look at this. Now, Mayra, I already knew we were connected and didn't even know. Long Island, are you kidding me? So, Mayra, we got to connect. This is,
I seen the
this is how it works.
516 number and I already knew. I'm like, what? 516?
Yep. See, do you guys see how this happens? I want to show you guys. I hope everybody see this happen in live action. This is real time stuff. So, so yes. So thanks for that. And guys, what I do is I have financial literacy events. What I do is I take 20-30 minutes and I talk about what's happening in the market. I talk about what's happening in real estate. There's so much stuff happening. I just pull it right off the internet, literally in news. And I'll share that. And what I'll do is I'll invite people that I've met to that call. Then what I'll do is depending on the industry I'm talking about, I'll go meet someone who's a professional. So I'll do the same thing I just said, and I'll go to, let's say I meet Mayra, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? She said, oh, I'm an accountant. I'll say, perfect. Would you be open to coming and speaking on a call that I do once every month, or once every week, or once every 2 weeks, and sharing with everyone some accounting tips so they can be ready for tax season next year? And that person's going to say, oh, that'd be great, because for them, it's an opportunity to speak in front of new clients. Right. So for them, they see money. Oh, wow, if I can get a couple of those clients, I can make some money there. The people getting on the call, they're like, oh, if I could listen for free to someone that I could have never gotten on the phone with, I'm going to listen. Now, let me show you how you make money. You're going to make money off the new people coming because they're going to need something on that call. So whether it's from you directly or it's from the contact you have, you're going to show value, because if they get a client, they owe you a commission. So that's a whole different conversation, right? So we don't do business if people are not paying us for our time too. So everybody that I meet that wants to come and speak on one of my calls, I'm like, hey, no problem. But if you do get you do know you owe me a commission, right? So let's get that agreement in place real quick, right? So now they understand that this is a business transaction. Yes, this information is free, but the time isn't free. The effort isn't free. So then you want to then come back, get the customers. The customers now hear that person's talk for about 15, 20 minutes. Then you talk for about 15, 20 minutes about any of the areas that you feel meet the actual criteria for the call. It could be budgeting. It could be savings. It could be paying off debt. It could be credit. But you see, you're just talking about it and letting people know that you have a system in place that allows for people to structure out what they need to help them get to the goal they're looking for. At the end of those calls, I say, hey, well, what are you more interested in? Are you interested in building up your credit to buy a home? Do you want to become an investor? Do you need to learn how to save? Do you have a to help you figure out where you're losing money, spending money? Or do you just need a new accountant? Whatever it is they agree to, say, great, I'm going to follow up and help you get connected to that. Now I'm building value. The next thing I'm going to do is say, if you guys are open, next week we got a mortgage broker coming talking about mortgage stuff. Next month we got a car salesman person. You guys see what I'm saying? So I'm going to be talking to the quality people to show them the value of how I do things. Those quality people is who I'm looking to bring into business, because that's who I'd rather build a business with, because they got the skills, right? And then everybody else popping on the list, they show me some. I'm not even talking to them about business. I'm not even trying to do that. I'm trying to build a customer, because that's where my future new leads are going to come from. Perfect example. Mayra says her best friend is in Freeport, right? If you guys notice, Mayra's hopping on, but imagine how she brings her friend to hop on a call. Her friend likes what she hears. There might be another connection there where her friend say, wait, do you know this from here? Yeah, man, let's get them on the call next week. All of it through Mayra, I might have 10, 15 people from her network coming to learn. And then I have a conversation with Mayra, like, hey, you may not be really interested, but there's an opportunity for you to make a lot of money here. Just continue doing what you're doing. Would you be open? Now I can have a conversation with her, but she's got 10 to 15 people already in the pipeline that's already primed that she would have never been able to get had we not gone down that route. What I just showed you guys is the system that I will be implementing here in the company that all of you guys are going to need to follow if you want to have massive success. Whatever it is y'all been doing before was cool, but you're not pushing it because you know it's not fresh enough. And all I'm doing is showing you how to upgrade your value. And then the consistency of the value that you're providing is how you're going to build a massive organization and then sustain a massive organization. But more importantly, building it in your last name. The idea is that we want to build it in your name. We want to build it for you. UWE is a part of what you do. UWE is the service side of your business. When Mayra comes to my website, she's not going to come to a UWE website first. She's going to come to the Chris Holder website. She's going to learn about Chris Holder's mission, what I'm trying to do. Everything that I told her in that Starbucks is exactly what she's going to see first. Then from there, when she says, hey, how are you actually able to get all these services? Oh, I partnered with this company because they provide all that stuff. Saves me the time, saves me the bills, and more importantly, they've been around a long time. So I use this company to service my clients, and I get a check for doing that. So you go, oh, that makes sense. But now if someone wants a consultation from me, I can charge them something completely separate because that is my personal business. You understand what I'm saying? You got to think like a business owner. Okay, that's pretty much the idea. So I am 10 minutes past how long I was supposed to be here. I was having too much fun with you guys, but this is not the last time we're going to talk. Myra, I'm going to turn it back to you. I want to thank you guys for just listening to this madman speak, but understand I am a madman in all of your guys' corners, and I'm looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you guys and supporting you guys where you guys need it most. You guys have a blessed night, and I'm gonna get going.
Thank you so very much, Chris. Really, I mean, it shows again, no excuses. You had committed to doing this and offering your time for the team where you could be doing a bunch of other things. But thank you very, very much on behalf of the entire team, not only for bringing that wisdom and knowledge, energy as well, and giving us a phenomenal example where we can implement it and continue to grow. Now, I will tell you, I know in my head, I'm sitting here thinking team wide, right? Let's say this is the first time someone might be hearing this example. I think a lot of it really does come down to posture. But the thing is this, you're not great and then start doing something. You start doing something and then you get great at it. So yes, of course, we hear years and wisdom of experience coming from this gentleman right here. But the only difference between you getting there is what you're willing to do between now, where you are, and where you want to get to. So again, Chris, I mean, we really, really appreciate your time. I understand that it was very limited and that you have your other commitments lined up. But really and truly from the heart, on behalf of the entire team, I know we very, very much appreciate you being available for us. I mean, who does that? Put their cell phone number on in the chat? Who does that? Really, I think that as well speaks volume to your commitment and the vision that you have with this company. I know that a lot of what you shared was definitely what I needed to hear tonight. So again, God bless you. Thank you. Much continued success to you. And I know we are definitely looking forward to all that could translate into UWE, into all of our businesses, all of our accomplishments, and the realization of our goals for our very own legacy in each one of our last names. So moving on to the second segment, just to try to keep this within our typically scheduled time, just off of the energy alone, I feel like I could just go off for the rest of the night. But regardless, the show must go on. So as for our very second trainer for tonight, he's someone I've been able to meet personally. Actually, prior to even being a part of this business, we were in another company. And fortunately, we happen to be based in the same general area. But over the years, I've been able to not only get to know him, I've been able to get to witness his growth. I've been able to get to see the transformation he's created, not only for himself as an individual, growing, developing, maturing, but also what that has done as far as impacting his life and his family's life. He's walked stages in recognition for what he's done, well over a six-figure income in the industry so far, but he has also taken back time as well and invested into his own continued growth. So when he speaks on the knowledge he's acquired, I definitely listen. His track record speaks a great deal of volume as well. And I know that he continues to serve. He's a God-fearing man. He's a husband. Again, he's a friend. He's a business partner, and he's a mentor to so many individuals. And having been recognized for all that he's achieved as well is undeniable. So please give all of your undivided attention to none other than one of our executive, I'm messing up the title, I believe, executive ambassador, Mr. David Marquez. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You're probably not going to be able to see me because it's very dark. Look, see, it's probably better if you just look at my picture in case you never see me before. But look, guys, I mean, throw some flames in the chat if you thought that was fire, man. I really love his energy. I felt like he was very sincere and genuine. And not only that, guys, I don't know if you know this, but he owned a network marketing company. He not only owned one, he was the top recruiter in the network marketing company, and he helped his entire organization down to the bottom get not only successful, but break titles in that company. So I'm super, we should be privileged to have somebody like that in our company. And the fact that he put his number up just for us, to anybody to reach out, I mean, that was ridiculous. So I just want to give it back to him. I took a couple key points from him, walking up to somebody, asking them if they want to, they're interested in getting free info on how to grow money, save money, and invest money. Also the fact that he was able to kind of use business professionals, same way I did it when I first started. And I was getting, business professionals like real estate agents. I know there were a lot of shout outs for the people that were, shout out to Tisha, man. She was up top #1 in each category. Shout out to Ashley, Porsche, Diamond Brown, and if I missed you, it's because I wasn't able to take the notes, but you know, you saw my name in there as well. And so you have to lead by example, guys. If you don't hear the leaders' names on there right now, it's not that they're not, you know, they've done it in the past. They'll do it again. But me, you can see where my heart and dedication is. And so we leverage this. Tisha, I had a conversation with her privately. I said, what are you doing? She said, man, I'm leveraging what happens and letting people know that we actually went through the hardest test and nothing happened. We're absolutely moving forward. And from that, that's how people know that we're going to go places. So I'm super excited with that. I'm not going to hold you guys up. I thought his training was fire. I thought he, you know, what he spoke on was good enough, but I kind of want to actually go over a couple of things with you guys, man. If your phone ain't ringing right now for this opportunity or for the services, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to tell you guys this. When your phone ain't ringing, you have to make them ring, right? What is it? It isn't for them. People don't need credit. People don't need an opportunity. People don't need to make an extra 500 a month, right? So we all love, you know, to sit there and mope and kind of wait. But I'm going to tell you something about being conformed, you know. That's one of the biggest ways people can lose, not knowing what to do. And so I tell people when that happens, think back why you started. Think back why you got involved in this, right? If your why doesn't make you cry, it isn't strong enough. See, we're looking for people that are looking for us. There's a huge difference between being comfortable and happy. If you're taking notes, one, training, you should always have notes, right? Training is going to give you the belief, right? How do you know this? Because I worked for a company that literally laid the entire staff off, right? They don't care about you. Jobs ain't loyal. I'd rather work for myself, right? Control my own destiny. So people aren't living their passion because they're just paying bills, trying to make ends meet. And so they conform. You know, there was a lot of confusion, like Chris said, and people started to conform, but you know, you can't be broke and skeptical, right? You have to, I never met a rich skeptic. And so I just wanted to tell you guys, you know, write this down. People hang in their mediocrity, right? People are hanging in their mediocrity. The reason why I see all of these names, I mean, type of one in the chat, if a lot of these names are new to you, what does that mean? The company's gonna grow with or without those leaders. Why wouldn't you step up and become the new leaders, right? So what's your biggest goal? That's what Chris said. Also write this down. Progress is process. I heard another mentor say, marry the process and divorce the results, right? You're only as good as your last start. That's what I heard from somebody, and it's true. You have to marry the process of what you do, love what you do, and divorce any results you have so that way you could keep winning, right? I shouldn't have to convince anybody to fix their credit, right? Another thing, if you're taking notes, people are praying for strength, but they tend to complain when they got to put weights on, right? Think about that. People pray for more strength, but complain when they got to put weights on. Guys, we're gonna go through we're gonna go through that. That's strength training. That's how you develop. That's how you develop a backbone. That's how you build that posture Mayra was talking about. And so, Mayra, if I can, I want to share my screen real quick. I'm gonna teach you guys. You know, I'm gonna keep it very short. We only got about 9 minutes, but I'm gonna give you guys some screenshots you can take. Tell me if you can see it.
Yeah, it's pulling it up.
Okay. Taking forever. All right. And so the main thing is, I'm going to teach you guys the mastering the invite, right? There's a lot of skills you can learn in network marketing, but the invite is probably the most important one, because if you don't have a busy calendar, you guys ain't doing nothing, right? You want to make sure. I tell people like this every day, you know, show me your calendar, I'll tell you your paycheck. Right? And so the best way I do it is through text messages. Why? It's fast, easy. You can copy and paste it. You can use boards and be able to go ahead and literally copy and paste your entire contact list. And that's how you're going to develop a busy schedule. But take a screenshot of this. This is a simple text to text people. And let's say, for example, I'm texting Mayra. She's in my phone. Hey, Mayra, what's your schedule look like this week? I'd like to get together with you. If she sits there and asks me, what is it? I'm going to act like I'm busy. So always be in a rush. Write that down. Be in a rush. Say, look, I don't got a lot of time. Are you free? I like to text people within 48 to 72 hours, because if I do it a week, they're going to forget. Something's going to happen. So within, 2-3 days, it's easier for them not to. So I'll say, Mayra, what are you doing tomorrow night at 7:30? She says, I say, are you busy? Do you have anything planned? She says, no. Great. Meet me here. What is it about? I tell her, look, I don't have a lot of time right now, and I'm going to show you guys what you can text if somebody needs an idea. You can say, I have a project I've been working on. Chris did a great one. But I'd say, look, I have a project I'm working on, and I want to share it with you, right? Or I have an idea I want to run by you. And then we're actually in the process of making this a lot shorter and easier. But this is how you can meet with somebody at a Starbucks or Panera Bread and show them the information. And then a pro tip, I tell people, you start with your hot market, your warm market, your friends and family. You heard Chris, he doesn't want to get on a 3-way call, but you can reach out to them and easily set it up. How do you do it? By using them mentally and disqualifying them, right? I like to mentally disqualify people that I'm close with. And how do I do it? With this approach. Write these 3 words down. The first one is respect. Second one is support. And then the third one is practice. So if I'm reaching out to Mayra, who's my cousin, excuse me, and she knows that, I was a DJ and really didn't have any accountability, no credibility. I'm going to say, Mayra, look, I respect you. I know you respect me. I don't expect you to join my business, but I do know you support me. And so it mean the world to me. I just started with this new company. I'm super excited. And it mean the world to me if I could practice with you. Can we set up a Zoom call? Can I send you a video so you can give me, some constructive criticism? Guys, this is an easy way for them to see it. You see, most of the time people don't get deals or get people interested is because they vomit on them. They start talking, oh, it's credit and this, and it's $2.99, and you can do this. And instead of doing that, guys, use the respect, support, practice. I promise you'll be setting up more 3-way calls, and you'll be getting more people to see the information. So you can take a screenshot. This is exactly what I just said. You can see how many times I did it, because I pretty much said it word for word. But I'm going to move along because of the time. Send 10 text messages right now, guys. Action cures everything. If you had a team and your team is not 100% with you right now, type a 1 in the chat. That's okay, guys. You know what's easier? It's easier to give birth to a new agent than it is to resurrect one from the dead, right? We talk about it all the time. And so that's what we're doing. We're building, and there's a lot of new people on here that are about to crush records that's never been done before, especially knowing, and I'm going to leak it out right now because I think Chris logged off, but guys, we just signed a contract. We're about to do business credit. We're about to bring in business credit and funding. Do you know what that means? Considering the fact our company has one of the best comp plans in this industry, we're about to take over. And so I'm super excited with that, because not only can we fix someone's personal credit, but now we can go ahead and help them build their business credit and keep a long-term customer for life. So back with Texas, imagine if you sent, right? If every agent on your team sent out 100 text messages as soon as they joined, right? They send 10 right away, and then another 90 afterwards, right? Over the next couple of weeks. Then do that over the next 12 months. This is the numbers. Out of 100 texts, that equals 30 to 50 appointments, right? We'll use an average of 40 appointments. Guys, the numbers don't lie. That's 12 customers and about 4 agents, right? Why is it 4 agents? Because you did 40 appointments. It's about 10%. So if you want that number to grow, then obviously you got to have more Texas. But what do you do with those 4 agents now, right? That you get them enrolled. 1, you hit new levels in the company, but 2, you teach them to duplicate the same thing, right? So now they do 100 Texas. 4 times 100, that's 400 Texas. That equals 160 appointments. Now that's 48 customers in your organization and 16 agents. You see, this is how numbers grow exponentially with an organization. You can't do this at your job. This is why I love, the industry that we're in, because we are able to leverage and scale it. So for time's sake, I'm going to skip past these because these numbers grow, obviously, as your team grows. But the main focus is you got to fill your calendar. I want to challenge everybody. I always give assignments, but sometimes I throw a challenge, and I love everybody. If you really want to grow this thing, we're going to do the 100 text challenge. First of all, I know some people are not going to do anything, but if you accept the challenge, type 100 in the chat. So I know. I'm going to take a screenshot, and obviously you got Chris's number, but I'm willing to work with you guys, whoever texts that, and put 100 in the chat if you want to do the 100 text challenge. Because remember, not just this week, but the following week to close out the month, we're going to get double commission off of what we get. So if you're a field trainer, instead of getting 160, right, you're getting 320. If you're a senior field trainer, instead of getting 240, you're getting 480, right? And if you're a sales director and above, you're getting $1,000 just by bringing in 2 agents and 4 customers every week. So why wouldn't you text 100 people? And so with that being said, 3 minutes left. I didn't want to take too much of your time because I thought Chris killed it. I just wanted to jump on here and let everybody know, man, I'm fired up. I'm ready to go with or without you. I love to go with you, but I love every single one of y'all. And Tisha, congratulations again for showing and proving. And I can't wait to see all these new names pop up on the board, guys. Let's run it. Let's make it happen. I'm done. Mayra, I'm giving it back to you.
Awesome, team. Let's show him some love. Let's light it up. We are just about to finish, but I do want to go ahead as well. Being that we're focused, being that we're, re-energized and going to go with the flow, make sure you're marking your calendar for this Saturday. There is a super Saturday, October 8th from noon to 6. If you need to know how to log in, go ahead and check out your business back office. That's at the UWE website. So your business back office, make sure you're logging on. You can go ahead and get the link and registration information there. Again, that's this Saturday from 12 to 6. Understand there's a lot of times where individuals such as David, myself, Arnold, Chris, Barron, I'm just so many other leaders across the board. They've invested not only money to go attend events, but they've gotten on planes, trains, automobiles, and all that stuff. So for us to be able to have access to that online, listen, you need to take advantage of that as well, especially if you're really serious about this. If you're not serious about it, it's okay. But regardless, thank you so much, David, always for the training. We did it in timing for consistency with what we offer our team. Everyone, God bless. Have an amazing night, and this training will be shared. Again, everyone, take care. Huge shout out to each one of you for plugging in this evening, and let's get it. Much, much love to everyone, definitely. God bless everybody.